Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Pokemon Detective Pikachu. It's a 2019 film. I did see it in theaters today, a couple days after most people saw it. It's rated PG. It runs an hour and 44 minutes. It's directed by Rob Letterman. It stars Justice Smith, Catherine Newton, Bill Nye, and Ken Watanabe, and Chris Gere and Ryan Reynolds. I don't know why it doesn't say Ryan Reynolds here, but it stars him too. When ace detective Harry Goodman goes mysteriously missing, his son Tim embarks on a journey to find out what happened. Aiding in the investigation is Harry's former Pokemon partner, Detective Pikachu, a hilariously wisecracking, adorable super sleuth. Finding that they are uniquely equipped to work together, as Tim is the only human who can talk with Pikachu, they join forces on a thrilling adventure to unravel the tangled mystery. Chasing clues together through the neon-lit streets of Rhyme City, a sprawling modern metropolis where humans and Pokemon live side by side in a hyper-realistic live-action world. They encounter a diverse cast of Pokemon characters and uncover a shocking plot that could destroy this peaceful coexistence and threaten the whole Pokemon universe. So there's a long description, the long rundown of the movie. Uh, I just gotta say right away that I was extremely bored with this movie. I can't imagine what adults are gonna fall in love with this movie. So there's two things I was kind of expecting out of this. One was Ryan Reynolds being himself, even if he is the voice of Pikachu, and being a smartass, being funny, being himself, being able to be fluid. Everything seemed very, very rehearsed and family friendly, and I just found myself not wanting him to be the voice of Pikachu if he couldn't be Ryan Reynolds, because that's kind of as an adult why I went was to see Ryan Reynolds, hear Ryan Reynolds be himself. And when he was held back, it just gets really stale and it turns into just a Pokemon movie. And we've had some movies like this lately with the Muppets and whatever else. And sometimes if you allow things that are supposed to be for kids, if you hold them back from being extremely outrageously funny, even if it has to be a little inappropriate, then it just gets boring. Second thing I was really expecting out of this movie was a lot of action, a lot of fighting, a lot of things going on, and we get some of that, but I was immensely underwhelmed. Immensely. I thought there'd be more. I thought there'd be more things flying. I thought there'd be more things happening. It really turns into just a walking around movie and talking, and some of the kind of moving forward, getting off to another subject, is some of the stuff is so bad with the interaction between human and Pokemon that it literally does not look like they're anywhere close to, you know, putting their hand on the head, or they're when the Pikachu tries climbing up the guy's shoulder, it doesn't really look like he's lifting him. Excuse me. And that gets really bad a lot of different times with a lot of different people. Just the interaction of, somebody trying to go like this and, act like they're lifting a Pokemon onto their shoulder, and it doesn't look like that at all. It really, I don't know if it's just the actors in this or what happened, but their motions are just off. And I mean, I could probably, if we were sitting in the same room together, I could probably show you at least 10 examples. It would just really became a consistent thing. Um, I really, part of the being bored factor, it just wasn't very delightful. It wasn't funny. It wasn't light. There's some things that happen, they're kind of cute and they have good messages, and the end has a good message about family. But, like, what was the direction of this movie? There's one big thing, and even that is kind of underwhelming at the end. Pokemon, usually when I was growing up and I watched it every week as a cartoon, things made sense. Things had a conclusion, things had a storyline. This movie gets a little lost in itself, and there's a lot of talk of, oh, he's the only one that can understand me. Oh, I'm the only one who can understand him. Oh, I don't want a Pokemon. And when that goes on for a while, it just makes the beginning drag. And it waits a while to get going, and maybe it gets going a little bit, but it just doesn't feel like a complete story, like a complete movie, like what I grew up with. And honestly, I know a lot of people are saying that Pikachu is so cute. I found him a little chubby in the cheeks, almost like a chipmunk. And his face looked a little flat. So I didn't appreciate the characterization of Pikachu as much as everybody else. And I didn't find hardly any of the other Pokemon characters outrageously outstanding. One of the very first scenes with the little creature with a skull on his head, they cut out of that scene so fast and moved on to something else. And they did that a couple times. It just seemed broken. It didn't seem like a complete movie put together. And I hope people notice that. So I can't say I really cared for this movie at any given point. And I wanted to watch it, but I think I made a really bad decision to watch it in theater. And I should have waited, because I was expecting something great out of this, and I got completely disappointed. So I think I could say a lot more stuff, but I'm going to leave it at that, because honestly, I don't enjoy when people are upsetting with a big idea like this. And I just think this movie completely underwhelmed what I was expecting. I found it completely boring. I found myself very much not interested in anything going on, and I was expecting so much more, and that just hurts to be let down that much more also. So I'm going to give Pokemon Detective Pikachu a D. I'm sorry, but that's the lowest grade I give, and I just don't get the point of why this would ever be a good movie. I don't get it. You could have had anybody as the voice of Pikachu, maybe a little bit more funny, crack some more jokes, have some more action. Parts of this movie are okay, but it just doesn't make the movie. Have some different music, have some different jokes, have some different interactions. The ending I thought was fine, but if I see an endearing character, I don't expect them to just kind of let things go. And when they do something, I like it to make sense. So, a D for Pokemon Detective Pikachu. See it at your own risk. And if you're bringing kids with you, they'll like it, they won't care. But as an adult, I can rip this movie apart. I'm just trying to be nice. So, thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give something to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And as always, enjoy your movies. Thanks.